earlier during Montana Coffee. He just walked in, just threw on the microphone headset here. Idaho Senator, former governor as well, Idaho Senator Jim Risch. Senator, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. You've got following in North Idaho to a degree, and it's always nice to visit with my North Idaho friends.
Hey, it is. It's incredible, especially through KJJR in Kalispell. Yeah, a lot of people listen in on the live stream out of there. And
Well, and you got such a great delegation here. I mean, with Tim and Steve, they're really, really good. Close to being one of the best in the Senate, almost as good as the best delegation in the Senate. No, they're great. They do a great job representing Montana, and love working with them.
What an opportunity we've got right now for Idaho, for Montana, to make our timber industry great again, for making mining in America great again.
Yeah, really true. My undergrad was in forest management, and so I spent a lot of time on those issues. Obviously, we love our public lands in Idaho, just like Montana does. I think Tim and Steve and Mike and I all joined hands closely when there was a move to try to sell off public lands when they were looking for some money. What it really did was underscore how Idahoans feel about their public lands. And I talked with Tim and Steve also. They got the same reaction from their constituents. I mean, our phones just lit up, our emails lit up. That was just a really bad idea. We love our public lands. They're part of our heart and soul.
Well, especially right now during hunting season as well.
Absolutely. I mean, which is where we should be, right?
Yeah. That's why my flight's later today.
Good for you.
I got football playoffs to go to. I got hunting trips to do. But you guys keep getting the job done back here if you don't mind.
Well, we're not getting the job done. That's the problem, of course. And I think Steve probably outlined for you where we are. I mean, this is just stupid. The first thing you have to do is govern. And right now, that's not happening.
The Schumer shutdown, it sounds like he is really starting to take some heat from some of his fellow Democrats. The public employees unions weighing in against the Democrats' shutdown of government right now. When do you think it'll break? Are they waiting until after the November 4th Kami Mamdani elections and more, or what?
I don't know. They said they were waiting for after the No King's March, and that didn't materialize. But look, this is a party that is struggling mightily. I mean, they have no plan. They've got no message. They got no leader. Schumer's not the leader of anything. He's at the head of the party, but he can't put together any kind of a coalition to make things happen. It's difficult, and a lot of them are I'm chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. On committee on the Democrat side, there's 3 of them sitting on a committee openly running for president. Well, you know what it turns things into a circus at times, which is really unfortunate. But look, we'll get through this. The Dems are taking a lot of heat right now. They're going to take a lot of heat this weekend when the SNAP benefits don't go out to people. Look, the SNAP benefits, food stamps, are critically important to a certain segment of our society. I mean, you have single moms with 2, 3, 4 kids. This is how they feed their kids, and without that, it doesn't happen. And it is so simple. We put out a continuing resolution which says, look, we can't come to an agreement on the budget. Let's just keep things going the way they were. Is that so hard to understand or so hard to agree with? And they say, no, we can't do that unless you meet demand A, demand B, demand. You can't do that. You're negotiating with a terrorist if you do that, and there's no end to that. So we've stuck to our guns and said, look, here it is. Real simple. Keep the government open while we continue to negotiate to get to a place where we can pass a legitimate budget. Other side refuses to do it. Well, they got to take the heat on this. The other thing that we're getting in our office is we have a very robust, as do Steve and Tim, have a robust operation helping constituents who need their services. And one thing that's picking up right now is veterans benefits. Veterans are having real troubles because the Veterans Administration is shut down, at least mostly, and they can't move the cases along the way they should. That's not right. We owe this to our veterans. This whole thing's ridiculous. And as you just pointed out, their best allies are the are those unions, public employee unions. They don't vote Republican. They vote Democrat. These are their friends. They want help. Yesterday, I think the biggest union in the country said, Democrats, pass this thing. Let's get operating again. So I don't know how long they can hold out, but I guess we'll see.
We've had some incredible conversations here all morning long with our Montana delegation, with House Natural Resources Chairman Westerman talking permitting reform, timber, mining, so much more. But since you're the chairman, when it comes to foreign relations, gotta get your take on this. And Secretary of State Rubio, last night we got to sit in the very nook where the Abraham Accords were first, put together in the concept, right? And I think about that, like that was done under the first Trump administration. Biden came in, threw everything in the trash can and caused so much chaos all over the world, right? Give us your take on just everything that a Republican Senate and the Trump foreign policy team is doing, not just for America, but really world peace, frankly.
Right. Well, our strength depends on our military. It is peace through strength, as Ronald Reagan taught us, and we've lived with that. But it isn't just our military alone. It is our alliances around the world, and those help keep us safe. They join us when we have troubles. And the last thing they want to see is a weak United States. You had Joe Biden up there dithering after what he did and the way he pulled out of Afghanistan. I mean, it precipitated all kinds of stuff around the planet, not the least of which was the Ukraine war. Putin took one look at that and said, if this is the United States, I'm going to be all right here. And of course, then he invaded. So we have a strong president right now. He has some incredible strengths and tools in the toolbox for himself to use internationally. America's back again. We're back as the leader of the free world. You see what happens every time something goes on. Everybody looks to Donald Trump. The world looks to him. They may not like some of the things he does. They may not like him personally, but they know he is the leader of the strongest country on this planet.
They respect him, and that's why he's delivering. Senator Jim Risch, great to see you from the great state of Idaho. Honor to have you on the program.
Appreciate
thanks, and big thanks to Senator Daines for letting us host the show right here in his office. So, yeah, great to see you. Thank you so much.